My name is Soumik, and today we will be looking at how to create a material design app using Flutter. Flutter is a Google technology which we use for creating applications. These applications are cross-platform applications, meaning this Flutter framework is a cross-platform framework. So the applications we will develop using Flutter will work on iOS devices as well as Android and any smart devices like wearable smart devices and smart TVs as well. So it is a very powerful framework and it is very easy to use. You probably heard about Fuchsia OS, Google's new Android replacement. Everything in Fuchsia OS will be developed using Flutter. So it is a very good time to learn about Flutter framework. Today I'll be teaching you how to create a simple Flutter app. Now here I am using Visual Studio Code and I have opened main.dart and I have already installed Flutter and Android SDK. This is a Pixel 3 running virtually. I'll be testing on this. So let's get started. First we have to import a package called material.dart. Because we are using a Google technology, so it is natural to use material design. So let's create the void main function, our main function. So void main. Now our main function will run our app. Let's call the run app method and let's call our app my app. Close this. Now everything in Flutter is a widget. We have to create widgets. Now there are two types of widget. One is stateful widget and one is stateless widget. Now let's first come to stateless widget. Anything, any piece of code or anything that you visualize inside your application, like the background of your application, is stateless, meaning its state will not change over time. Whereas stateful meaning any buttons or any dynamic text field, anything like that that changes over time, it changes the state over time in the runtime of the app, that is called a stateful widget. So to create the background first, we will use a stateless widget. So let's create a class, a stateless class called my app. So write STL and press tab. That will create a stateless widget. So let's call the class my app. That's fine. Now as you can see, the widget here is building and it is passing context and it is returning a container. Now we do not need the container, we need a material app. Material app. Inside of this, let's give it a title. First Flutter app. For the home, we'll create another class, my home. Let's create my home here. So now my home, inside of this class we will have all the stateful widgets. So let's create the stateful widget here. So STF for stateful and press tab. So it already created the stateful widget for us. We just have to provide the name, and the name here will be my home corresponding to this. Okay. Now you do not need to touch anything in this piece of code right now. Come to the later one here. It is returning a container. We'll again replace this and we'll use a scaffold. So what is a scaffold? Scaffold is like a structure for your app. So we are using a scaffold. We use containers when we have to provide some spacing or padding like that. We'll use container later on. But first we have to create the structure. So we are using a scaffold here. So first let's do one thing. We are returning the scaffold here. So we need to create the app bar, the title bar. This will return app bar, app bar. This is returning app bar. This is the equivalent of new app bar. We no longer require to write new every time. So now app bar will return a new title. So the title will be a text. The title will be a text. Let's give this Flutter app. Let's do one thing. Let's try this first. Control S. Now we need to install this. Okay. Let's run this. Function F5 or F5. It is running. Let's see. Now, what's the beauty of this is the first time it will take some moment to install it in your device, but after that Flutter has something called hot reload, meaning you can instantly see the changes you make in your code. We'll see that, but let's wait for some moment for it to assemble this. Yes, as you can see, it is showing in the title bar Flutter app. Let's do one thing. Let's change this to my Flutter app. And let's see how the hot reload thing works. I have saved this. Let's go back to here and it is already changed. So this is the hot reload functionality of Flutter. Anyway, so we have created the title. Now we need to create the body. So this is our title. Our app bar is done. Now we need to create our body. For body, we will create another method called my body. This is not a method, rather this will be a widget. We'll create a widget here. Okay. So let's just do that right now. Inside of this class here, let's create a widget. Widget underscore my body. Yes. So now what it will do, it will return a container. It will return a container. Let's give it a padding. Now the padding will be edge insert dot all, meaning we are creating a padding from all directions, and let's just give it a value like 8. That's fine. After that, what we have to do is Let's just see how that works. Let's just reload this. Nothing is changed here. Okay, so we have created a padding. So after that, let's create a child. Inside this child, we'll create a center object. Center. Inside of this, we'll create a column. We'll create another child which will hold our column. Inside of this, let's create a children for widget. We are creating multiple widgets, but in this case, we'll only have one. So let's give this a text field. So text will be, let's first try with hello world, why not? Let's see the changes. As you can see, it is showing up here, but it is way up top. So let's first change this. Inside column, we have to type main axis alignment dot center. Let's hot reload this. Now it is at the center. Another thing we will do, that is, we'll create a raised button. Where on press, if we press the raised button, what will happen? We'll call another method called display. Now we have to create this display method, but let's do one thing here. Inside of this raised button, let's create a child which will contain a text which will say press. Let's see. Yeah, this is fine. This is throwing an error because we have not created display. Let's just do this as null for right now. Now as you can see, we have a button here which is doing nothing because on pressed is null currently. So, and the button doesn't look very well, so we have to change that. Let's change this. So color equal colors dot red 300. Let's look at the color here. It shows the color, so we are using that color. Let's see if that has changed or not. So why it is not changing? Because we'll see. Let's just change this to display again. Now we will create the display inside of this. Void display return container, let's do one thing here. We create another string here. String data equal hi. So we will change this hello world to data. Let's see how that works. Yes, it has changed. The button is now red and it is showing hi. That's fine. Now what we will do, if we click this button, then it will show welcome to Flutter. Let's program this. So inside of void display, we have to call something called setState. because if we change something, if we change the state of the widget, we have to call set state to display the changes. So inside of this, let's do one thing. If data dot starts with, if the data, meaning the string called data, starts with h, then we will make data equal welcome to Flutter. Okay, let's create else if data dot starts with w, meaning if it starts with w, meaning if the data, if the string is welcome to Flutter, then we'll make it data equal hi. So if we keep pressing, it will change between welcome to Flutter and hi. Let's just check this. Press hot reload. It is showing hi. Click and it is showing welcome to Flutter. Let's click that again and it is changing. So our app is finally working, and this was a simple demonstration of how to use Flutter, how to use Dirt. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.